welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
At the end of May, the Tigers ran into this brick wall in Chicago. A Miguel Vargas home run helped the Tigers to a 6-22 May record. But right out of that chute came the Tigers' surging offense. A 3-game sweep in Tampa where the Tigers never trailed. But then Kansas City this month, it's a 3-game sweep the other direction. So can Tampa, the best team in the American League most of the year, be the thing that cures the Tigers again? We'll find out. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is presented by Bet365. And we are so glad, as always, to have you join us. Jason Benetti, Dan Petrie, Daniela Bruce is downstairs. So go figure. What the Tigers need is the Rays to show up, who've been the best team in the American League most of the year.
Lots of similarities, isn't it? I mean, that sweep of Chicago was just the all-time low, and you think, oh, no, now the Tigers are going in to Tampa, and they're going up against one of the best teams in the American League, best pitching staffs in the American League, and what do? They go out and hammer them. They win all 3 games. They outscore them 25-11, and this is a team that the Tigers have had a lot of success against over the last 3 years. They're 11-4 going into this series, and Dylan Dingler, wouldn't he just love to have a series like he had in that series down at Tampa Bay? They welcome back Gleyber Torres and, of course, Kerry Carpenter into the lineup, and that was a big series for them. Riley Green hammering the ball all over. Hao Yu Lee getting involved also, which was very good to see as he's taken that from Tampa Bay into the series he had in Kansas City. He's on fire right now. So hopefully going up against that big pitching staff of the Rays, the Tigers can continue it and not look ahead to the Dodgers. Just win this series against the Rays.
No looking ahead. Nothing's happening on Friday. Don't worry about that. Coming up, one more thing. You never know with the Tigers, one way or the other. We'll find out what the probabilities are last year, 2 years ago, and now in One More Thing. That's next.
Seems you've been...
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan. Try the new Red Bull Dragonberry Energizer made with Red Bull, mixed with blue raspberry flavor and topped with dragon fruit. By Rally House, Michigan. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. Lovely downtown Detroit. Tigers are back home for a huge homestand against 2 division leaders here on August the 24th. Our one more thing is the Tigers entering this very day. 2 years ago, the American League was better. So the Tigers were a couple games better, but they were further back. 8.5 of the wild card. They ended up, you may recall, winning the wild card from 8.5 back in 2024. Yeah, there are teams ahead of the Tigers in the 3.5, but when you put it that way, Benetti, I don't know.
Hey,
you gotta win some games, right? Losing 5 in a row at the wrong time is very true. That Kansas City series was not good, but if you do a little comparison shopping,
exactly. That's what we've been saying, and they got their, they hold it right in the palm of their hand. All they have to do is go out this big homestand here. They're playing 2 good teams, but a lot on the line for these teams too. So they got a lot at stake. So it's going to be an interesting series.
First things first.
Yes.
Break the losing streak. Tigers got to do that tonight against a really tough customer, Drew Rasmussen against Framber Valdez. First pitch is next. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. For the first time this season, walking outside this morning, I thought autumn's coming.
Yes.
You?
I did the same. And I had to, wait a minute, I had to look and see if it was in the 40s. It wasn't. But I had to look, do that little double take.
There's just that slight hint of a chill that sits in the middle of the air in the atmosphere.
Leaves, couple of leaves on the ground already too.
The flag is billowing. You said it. You were watching batting practice, and your first thought was what?
Boy, the ball's flying. Not against that guy, though.
Ground ball theater.
That's it.
Get your tickets. Starting pitcher presented by Wallside Windows. Jog out there with him. Framber Valdez on the hill against a team in Tampa Bay that will hit the ball on the ground, sometimes by design with their speed.
You know, and it may just do, this might be a good matchup for Framber, too. They don't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play, so hopefully he can get a lot of those ground balls and find a Tiger defenseman standing right there to make a play for him, but it just may suit his game just perfectly.
Yandy Diaz certainly will hit the ball on the ground. He's going to hit it about 150 miles an hour sometimes. His on-base percentage is .373. Tampa Bay is top 5 in Major League Baseball in on-base percentage, and that is in part because they swing and miss less than anybody else in the entire league, and that is why, in part, they come into today with a record of 77-53. If everything stopped right now, they would have the 1 seed in the American League. But no thanks to the Tigers, who swept them down in Florida back in June.
And that lead for them is down to 3 right now over the Yankees, and so they can see the Yankees behind them, and they're in the rearview mirror. So there's a little bit of heat on them right now.
This is well done by our graphics group, because how the Rays offense works is worth noting for how this series will go. They're 23rd in home runs. They're 29th in hard hit rate. They will hit mallet shots into the ground. But like the Brewers, who got well known for this in the past couple of years, Tampa Bay has taken all of its pieces, and what it spits out is this type of offense on the left-hand side.
Yeah, they can beat you with a home run. They can beat you with speed. They put the ball in play. They put pressure on you defensively. You got to make all your plays. And that's the thing. They're just not one-dimensional. They can just do it in a number of different ways. But hopefully, again, Framber can get back to being Framber, throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of first-pitch strikes, getting a lot of ground balls, and make sure that they're right at Tiger fielders.
Homestand against 2 of the top teams in Major League Baseball. The Rays and the Dodgers are in for 6 at a crucial time for the Tigers. First pitch tonight is a little bit tall. It's ball 1. Quinn Walcott of Puyallup, Washington, is the plate umpire. This is not to suggest anything conspiratorial, but it is worth noting that the umpire tonight is dressed almost like a Tampa Bay Ray. This is as close to wearing the visiting team's uniform as you possibly can get.
It still has the Major League insignia right there on the chest, though.
It does, but they share a Pantone color as it's 1-1, and that is what Yandy Diaz can do. He just carves the ball into right center field. A great contact hitter, and he's on to lead off the game.
I mean, I think that's exactly it. If you wanted to see what makes him so good, that right there, that's a typical at bat. Doing just that, taking a sinker that's up and out over the plate, and just kind of shooting it into right field. Not trying to do too much with it, just kind of steering the ball away from the defense of the Tigers.
Now here is our old friend of 17 games back in 24, Ryan Valade, who has been this kind of specialist for Tampa Bay against left-handed pitching. That said, he's hit righties well too. This is a career year in 75 games for Ryan Valade, and good for him. A really good dude when we knew him. As the 0-1 pitch is laced to left field. That bounces off of Callahan. Diaz on his way to third, and at second base, Valade. 2 on, nobody out, and here go the Rays as expected.
Yeah, again, just went right, just missed the glove. It was smoked off the bat from Valade, skipped off that grass and just skipped right by him. But I mean, right off the bat, that ball is just just smoked. 113 off the bat and just hit that grass, almost like the grass was wet and just kind of shot right past Callahan.
That will go single E7 as that is clipped foul by Junior Caminero, who with Tampa Bay, and we talk about the death by 1,000 paper cuts, Caminero will slice you open. He's got 35 home runs. He is thus far 4th in Major League Baseball in homers. Oh, and 2 on Caminero. Take us through the Tigers defense. We've seen some of them.
Yeah, we just saw Brett Callahan out in left, Max Clark out in center, Zach McKinstry in right, and around the infield, McGonigal and Baez on the left side, Hal Uli at second, Spencer Torkelson at first, and Dylan Dingler back behind the plate, catching Framber Valdez.
After Valencia over the weekend, that is downstairs, a ball and 2 strikes on Caminero.
Couldn't get him to chase right there, but a nice block by Dylan over the weekend too. The first couple of games, just doing a nice job of smothering that baseball, make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
One, 2. On the ground to shortstop. Thought about the play home. Instead, McGonigal will load up the throw to first, and Tampa Bay draws first blood, 1-0.
Well, that's it too. You know, Javi, that's one of those things that he's still probably thinking to himself, oh man, you know, he had it locked and loaded.
I said McGonigal, it's Javi. Sorry about that.
No, but I mean, he had it locked and loaded, and if Yandy was just kind of going half speed, you know, that's one of those plays that Javi would make, but he just made the safe play and went over and got the out at first.
This to short, and Javi won't have a play. 2 on, 1 out.
Yeah, this is what the Rays do. They just put the ball in play, smack it right off the ground. It's right in the hole. Javi tries to go over and make a play over at third to just catch Valade by surprise to McGonigal, but just can't come up to it. Knows that he's not going to get DeLuca over at first base. Thinks that, maybe I might have a play over at third, and just slips out of his hand.
This is not the start you're looking for if you're the Tigers. Here's Aranda. First pitch, ball 1.
No, this is just, and hold it right here. You know, if you can get a ground ball, you're left on left here. Try to get yourself out of this inning. And just leave it at 1. But you could use a good old-fashioned, just strong outing from Framber.
But again, this is why we laid it out for you. This is the way Tampa Bay will beat you, and suddenly you look up, they got 5 runs. That's the way it's gone this year for the Tampa Bay Rays. Chopper to first. Torque has to go high. Spin it back that way. Not in time. It was close. It was really close over at first. For now, the second run is across here in the first.
No, boy, it just looked like he was up in the air, and he just got the foot down before the ball hit the back of the glove. Look at how close that is. Boy, that's about I mean, that ball's almost, it's probably in his glove or just starting to go in his glove when that foot touched the bag.
Here's Mateo to take ball 1. That was as close as it's going to get. Look at how close this is.
Yeah, that's why I thought maybe they clipped him, because you saw that foot live. You saw the foot up in the air, but it's just coming down as that ball is coming, just entering Torque's glove.
cue shot foul to Mateo, 2-1. Here's another guy who his job on certain teams has been to hit left-handed pitching. He hasn't been great so far this year in that department, but the Rays and Kevin Cash will play matchups as much as the Tigers and maybe even a little bit more. So it's always fascinating to watch the bullpen decisions late in these series.
Well, you see that last pitch, Dylan looked like he just was fooled by the movement on that pitch. He almost looked behind him like, oh man, did I catch that, or did that squeeze out of there? Uncomfortable feeling.
That is ball 4. An inauspicious start for Fromber and the Tigers. And here comes Chris Fetter out of the dugout.
Yeah, those last 2 pitches, those are sinkers, and they look like they're sailing. They're almost cutting, and they're taking Dylan by surprise there. You see him like, ooh, just clipping him. You see that spin? It's not coming back over the plate. It's just kind of cutting almost. So maybe Chris Fetter is just getting him out there to get him back in that groove of throwing that sinker, just that positioning of that wrist or that arm to get him cutting across the ball rather than kind of pushing behind it where he's got that cutting action.
So if you're on the mound and you're feeling that, what do you have to tell yourself, Dan?
Well, I think earlier in the year, Fromber was doing that, and he was just talking a little bit about his elbow positioning, and his elbow was too high and he was cutting across it, so it was almost like he wanted to get his elbow down a little bit, and Fetter might be just reminding him of that.
That was right.
I was going to say that one looked like it had more of that typical sinking movement to it, and look how easy Dylan catches this ball, rather than those ones that he's kind of cutting across. Yeah.
0-1. It's a ball and a strike on Nick Fortes, the 29-year-old catcher for Tampa Bay. It's been a long first inning for Fromber, and it has been an uneven season in first inning terms for the Tigers left-hander this year, but it is now a matter of triage here, trying to keep Tampa Bay at 2, and that is outside, a curveball that wanted to crawl back but couldn't. Ground ball foul, third base side, 2-2 for Fortes.
Yeah, that's that sinker that's up, and Fortes hit it pretty good, just pulled it foul. See if Fromber comes back to the old reliable curveball to get him out of this inning. I know he wanted that one that just missed off the outside corner. See if he can't somehow steal a strike here with a curveball.
2-2. He wanted to.
Yeah. Wanted to try to get that swing and miss.
Reach down to go get that curveball and foul it away, Fortes.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a chance of that being called a strike, and that would have been ball 4, but just saw it out of the hand and went down and just pulled that foul.
OPS in the first inning against Fromber this year is .867. The closest in any other inning at all is .736. That is a massive, massive difference. 3-2 is touched foul again, and you hear the reaction from the Tampa Bay dugout. Fired up for a long at bat from Fortes, who will see an 8th pitch.
Absolutely, and they just know that as long as they can continue to keep this at-bat going, the more pitches that Fromber's throwing. And Fromber's just got to keep going right after him and keep challenging him.
Ground ball, foul of third, and Kevin McGonigal.
And these are tough on pitchers. I mean, eventually it's just you get worn out and you don't want to walk them. But it's hard to continue to stand out there and throw strike after strike after strike. And Cortez you make some good pitches and they foul him off.
3-2 all over again. Another foul ball. There should be an intermission in this at bat. That's 27 first inning pitches. That's a lot of first inning pitches for Fromber here.
And this is going to be the 10th of this at bat.
And he gets a pop-up. Third base side, foul ground. Kevin's there. He makes the catch. And the inning is over. A lengthy affair. 2 runs for Tampa Bay. Tigers offense next.
I don't know.
Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. This is slugging versus in-zone fastballs. The league average at 478. So there's a lot of good numbers in the middle of the Tigers order so far this year. We put that up because Drew Rasmussen is going to throw a boatload, a wheelbarrow full of fastballs in the strike zone tonight.
Yes, he is, and that's a combination because you're counting the cutter as a fastball. So you've got the four seam, the sinker, and the cutter. You think a lot like Schlittler for the Yankees, throwing a lot of those fastballs.
Yeah, good comparison.
Maybe not quite the same velocity as Schlittler.
And not as up in the zone always.
Right. But he's been an all-star the last 2 years. Won his last 6 starts. Generally likes to throw that four seam at the top of the strike zone, the sinker a little bit down.
Ground ball foul. You see the average spin rate where he stands in the top 5 on every one of his fastballs. Tampa Bay is an organization that throws a lot of off-speed pitches, but he is a fastball maven.
And I think it's just a matter of them always looking at what you do best and throw it more. And they identified those fastballs and said, we want you to do it more.
Well, that was nearby. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Keith. This is the highest fastball usage in all of Major League Baseball, and there are some big names in the hard throwing department on that list. That ball is served to right field, well struck for the warning track, but no further. Ryan Valade makes the catch. And 1 away. Valade's in right, Simpson in left, DeLuca in center, Caminero, Walls, Mateo, and Aranda. And you see what Walls has done in terms of defensive runs saved. He's been phenomenal at that position. You know, the fielding range factor for StatCast doesn't love him as much as defensive runs saved does. But to the naked eye, you don't want to hit it to shortstop when you're playing Tampa.
And you know, every time that you do, we get the pleasure of watching him play. He always does make a play that makes you say, wow, did you just see that? First look at the cutter there. You can see the sinker's going to go run to the arm side. That cutter just comes out a little bit slower and then just has a sharp turn to the left.
Sharp turn by Caminero to make out number 2 happen. So Drew Rasmussen out of Oregon State by way of Puyallup, Washington. He's trying to become the 2nd pitcher in Rays history to win 7 straight starts. Tampa Bay has won each of his last 6 starts this year. Snellzilla was the last and only other guy to win 7 straight starts in a Rays or Devil Rays uniform, as McGonigal stands in and sprays this foul. StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, slugging against his fastballs. If he throws it down the middle, you should swing. That'd be a good idea. When it gets a little bit leaky to the left there, as you see it, as there's strike 2, a little bit leaky the other direction, to the arm side direction. Maybe you, as a left-hander, you push it to left field.
Yeah, I was going to say, just, you know, every now and then he'll throw one, and it's almost like where the hitter happens to be swinging. You know, because it's still got that same movement, that same good hop as he's got on the four-seam fastball. And some of the home runs that I saw, just looking at tape, it's like, wow, that was a good pitch. How'd they hit that? It's almost like, well, it just happened to be where they're swinging.
Yeah, it's just one of those, like, you got beat.
Yeah.
So what?
You know what? I'm going to throw 81% fastballs, and sometimes I'm going to put it somewhere, and they're going to get it. But he never walks anybody. He just constantly is challenging you.
Line drive left field. Simpson on the run. He'll slide, stick his foot in the ground, and make the catch, and he might be hurt. Chandler Simpson created a big divot. He got his foot stuck in the ground on the dive. That was a very awkward fall for Chandler Simpson, who is one of the speediest, best base stealers in all the majors. He is up and standing, but you see that grass stain and the enormous divot that they're trying to stamp out. Yikes.
Yeah, you see that big grass stain as he went down to grab that ball. That knee kind of jammed in, and he's leading off this inning.
He went down leg first.
Boy, just crumbled. We'll see what he does when he comes to the plate.
Cascade.
He's tied for second in Major League Baseball in stolen bases, and Chandler Simpson looks no worse for the wear after that awkward slide to end the bottom of the first. There is what was once a divot that has now been replaced by Tampa Bay's caddy.
Fine replacement there.
First pitch, ball 1 downstairs to Simpson. So he's got the second longest hit streak of his career at 14 games, just 25 years old. This is just, oh, they're going to say fair ball. Looked like it might be just wide. That is not reviewable. That is a fair baseball, and Simpson is out, 1 away.
Boy, just to keep him off the bases too, and just that little chop, just putting the ball in play. They continue to ask him, hey, you good? You all right? You all right? Torque says, man, I'm going to grab this one before it goes foul. Get that big first out of the inning, keep him off the bases.
That was very close.
Yeah.
I thought real time that was foul, but here is a look at it. Well, it looks like it's right on top of the line. It took Torque into foul ground. Little tapper out in front of the plate. That's Dingler on the approach and throw for out number 2, and a quick 2 for Fromber. Taylor Walls is out.
Yeah, we say this a lot about Dylan Dingler, but he just pounces out after that baseball, and instead of trying to pick it up, he pushes it down into the ground. So he doesn't misplay it, pushes it, boom, right into the ground, picks it up, and makes a good throw inside. So Spencer Torkelson doesn't have to deal with the runner.
Two out for Walls. And there is ball 1. Yandy Diaz got himself a hit on the third pitch last time. Oh, Kevin McGonigal, don't do it to him. He is out. Diaz is aced by Kevin McGonigal, holding the line.
My goodness, this ball is smoked off the bat. Kevin McGonigal has to be cheating that way. comes up, makes a brilliant diving play and a good strong throw. Look at this play.
Goodness gracious.
You can Airbnb more than an Airbnb.
Yandy Diaz thought he had a double off the bat, and he deserved a double, but what he got instead was a seat on the bench because of Kevin McGonigal with a fantastic effort. Dylan Dingler, a foul ball. Daniela Bruce is here. What'd you hear downstairs, Daniela?
Well, it's not often that you get a play like that that stops your teammates at the top of the dugout stairs to turn and watch the replay on the video board here at Comerica Park. Kevin was already getting ready for this next half inning, but all of his teammates, Max Clark, Spencer Torkels, and Howie Lee, stopped to watch it. Their reactions were priceless. Then they came back and gave Kevin an even bigger welcome and thanks for making a great play kind of love after that.
Did they say anything like, well, Simpson took, or did McGonigal say, well, Simpson took one away from me. I got to take one away from somebody.
No, it was just more like a lot of noises like, oh, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, shattered bat there. Line drive to third, Caminero for out number one. Good to have you back, Bruce. Where you been all our life?
I've missed you guys. Trust me, I have the most FOMO of anyone you've ever met, and I think you know that. So when I'm watching the broadcast at home for games I'm not on, just know I wish I was there. Every second of it.
But you don't even have the fear of missing out. You're just missing out. You're just Mo.
Kind of, but most people are just like okay with missing out.
Yeah.
I'm fearful of it.
I see. I got it. First pitch, a strike.
But you were talking about people all over Kansas City were hoping to go on a Wild Bruce chase.
I know. A message to any fans that I missed on the road trip with your Wild Bruce chase signs. I apologize, and I promise I will find you in one of these games.
And in the offseason, as Callahan checks his swing and goes around 0-2, in the offseason, Daniela will personally go find you at your workplace.
I will. That's actually great. Maybe a Red Wings game, too. I could do that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. 0-2 for Callahan from Rasmussen. It's a ground ball to short. Walls is on it. He spears it. He throws it. And he's got out number two. No panic from Taylor Walls.
Well, we were just talking about it last inning. He's always going to do something out there, and that's exactly it, Jason. He knocks that ball down, hits him up high, or right in that palm of that glove, and he didn't panic and just pounced on it and got up and got rid of this ball very quickly.
Quality look from up high on our Shaner Roofing wire cam. This is right around the time, by the way, if you're going to get your roof done with that chill in the air, if you're going to do it, you should do it in the next month and a half. Well, you got Taylor Walls at shortstop. It makes you think about structural issues. 0-1.
I think of roofs and the gutters backing up and the ice going underneath the roof and just tearing. Oh boy, got all that fun stuff to look forward to.
Oh yeah, thrill a minute. 0-2 on McKinstry. There's that changeup that's off the plate away, 1-2, but that's a pretty quality 0-2 pitch there.
And that changeup, to me, it's got tremendous movement, and it's late movement, and almost has that little bit of splitter action to it.
Fly ball left field. Simpson makes the catch. Inning over. Mystery guest scheduled in the third. Stream the Tigers all season long for just $19.99 a month on Detroit Sportsnet, presented by Bet365. Subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions do apply. Subscribe by visiting tigers.com/DSN. Tigers in the summer, Red Wings in the winter, and then the spring and fall overlap. Both teams, one network. Hope you can join us for both.
You see that last pitch came up as a cutter, and I think that's one again those. There's another one. I think those are those sinkers that are supposed to be going the other way, and for whatever reason they continue to go to the glove side.
Yeah, Fromber hasn't officially thrown a cutter since 2023 based on StatCast. But again, it's based on spin, is what you're saying. Check swing, he might have gone. And it looked like he did, but evidently not. Let's see. Oh, he did hold up right at the threshold.
Yeah, I think he did.
McGonigal stays upright this time and on target for out number 1. And we have this word for you from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
One down, top 3, 2-0 Tampa Bay on a 3-hit first inning for the Rays. Framber Valdez against Junior Caminero for ball 1 after the Caminero RBI ground out in the first.
Now, Framber is getting the Rays to pound that ball into the ground. Simpson, Walls, Valade, 3 out of the last 4 are pounding it straight down.
This is a ground ball hitting team.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
Three balls, no strikes. Caminero, for all of his home run potential, hits the ball on the ground 50% of the time. The top 5 highest ground ball rates are concentrated on 2 rosters. The Rays and the White Sox, who are 2 of the best teams in Major League Baseball. But there's power here too. I mean, Caminero hits the ball on the ground half the time. The other half the time it leaves the ballpark, it feels like. 3-1. Oh, wow. He took a fastball on 3-1.
Yeah. You know, that ball down, he's laid off. I mean, that's one of those ones that you're thinking, you know what, here's my shot. He might throw him a changeup here.
That is ball 4. You're right. It was a
Yeah.
changeup. Why did you think that, Dan?
You know what? He's just missed with them a couple of times, and he threw a good one to him that was just low. And I thought just after that 3-1 pitch that he let go, I just said, you know, he's just missed. He might be able to get him with that changeup, but a little bit too low.
So 1-on-1 out for Johnny DeLuca, who grew up not far from Dodger Stadium and was originally a Dodger before being traded here as part of the Tyler Glasnow deal in December of 2023. Shot to right field by DeLuca. That's going to roll a long way. McKinstry sees it go all the way to the wall. Caminero around third. Relay throw to the plate. Save for now. Dingler thinks he got him. The Tigers will think about challenging through instant replay. That is really close. McKinstry with a great throw to Lee. And this tag looked like it was waiting for him. Did he get the hand is the question. Well, Quinn Walcott, the Tigers are going to challenge here, and they can match these 2 up. Let's see where the hand comes down for Caminero. Did he get the plate? And did Dingler get the hand in time? Again, they will match those 2 looks up. Yeah, the question still remains, too, did he get home plate, as we were saying? Because he comes up short of it, kicks up some dirt, and then the hand gets pulled back. If he never got home plate, that becomes a much easier call to overturn. Here's one more look, and we'll see the tag on this one. Again, it does look like the tag got there.
Well, it sure looked like the tag got him before his hand even approached the plate, though. Got it right on top. He still hasn't touched it.
Can you confirm that the tag was on first? And then can you definitively say he touched home plate?
Right. Now,
it's our Mazda manager's challenge here, Dan.
Is is the black part of the plate. You know, like is it underneath his glove?
You really wish the call at home was
After
out.
review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
Yeah.
Detroit retains their challenge.
You know what? That's a tough one to overturn for replay. They took all of the looks, combined them, and got to what looks like the right result, all things considered.
It did. It looked like they got the top of the hand before the glove came in. And if you look at Caminero coming around third base, he was watching the play the entire time instead of just going right to home. And it may have been just enough that kept him from scoring.
And a ground ball to first. Torkelson is on it. He veers to the bag. Inning over.
Boy, what a big play out there. What a nice relay from Zach McKinstry, and watch Caminero looking at that play the whole time, and maybe just enough that makes him just out.
Hardware, folks.
All right, we have a mystery guest. It could literally be anybody, and it is Chef from Chef Reactions. You may have seen him on TikTok, assorted other social media platforms. He critiques other people's food videos,
right?
And it's just drop-dead hilarious.
Debatable.
Well, we're in the overpromise, under-deliver department on behalf of our guests.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's part of the charm of being here. But you've adopted the Tigers in recent years and are full-on Tiger fans.
Full on. Yeah, I was a real chef for a long time. I worked in restaurants for a long time. But working in restaurants, you work noon till midnight, so I don't really have an opportunity to watch any sports, so I didn't watch any sports. Then once I became popular on the internet, or however you want to say it, I had a lot more free time, so I got into baseball. And I needed to pick a team. I picked the Tigers, I picked the city of Detroit, and I think this is my 25th game in the last year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tiger game?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. I'm sick.
Yeah. It's been a ride.
It's been a ride.
The last couple of years.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, but I'm happy to be along for that. I on behalf of all Tigers fans, not a lot of them get an opportunity. Thank you guys. Thank you both for everything that you do. You guys, you make the broadcast so enjoyable. We're so lucky to have you guys. It's great.
That is very generous.
Thank you very much.
That is very generous, and it's good to see Venmo works. That's really nice.
I take tap.
Check swing and strike three. Torque goes down. You are here in part tonight because you've done a collaboration, a collab, as the kids say, with the Tigers to create a burger that's here at Comerica Park.
Yeah, it's the Balkan burger. It's the Balkan smash burger. My heritage is Balkan. My family's Croatian. So this is a burger that I would make for my grandmother at home. I'm a caregiver for my 92-year-old grandmother, and this is something that I would make for her. And all the proceeds go to Meals on Wheels, which is a great cause.
Oh, wow.
That's a great cause. My dad was in a part of Meals on Wheels in the Chicago area for a long time. Very close to my heart, too. That is awesome.
Love it.
How's your grandma doing?
She's doing okay for a 92-year-old. You know, she's hanging in there. I can only imagine what I'd be like at 92.
Dan and I are going to be ornery at 92. That's for sure.
Can
we jump into this burger here?
Yeah, go nuts. Now, Jason, you did say on the broadcast the other day you don't like anything with sour cream on them. One of the items on this burger is called kaimak. It does include sour cream, so we just omitted it for you entirely.
That's very kind of you.
It's the hospitality industry. We have to be hospitable.
I did say very disparaging things about sour cream on the telecast recently. To the point where I thought maybe the lobby was going to come for me. The big sour cream.
They're not happy. Jinx, you owe me a burger.
Well, we're going to have to share this one. That's a fly ball. Max Clark to left field, but it is playable. All right, let's dive in. Peaches, you ready?
Yep, I'm getting it out. I like this big slice of onion.
Yeah, so in Balkan culture, and specifically Croatian, because that's all I can speak for, my dad and my grandpa, they used to eat an onion like an apple, dude. Like they would literally just they would have some dry meat, some cheese, a piece of bread, and then half an onion and just bite into it. I got some napkins here for you as well.
Who needs them?
There you go.
Let's just be jackals. It's great. What's the sauce? It's fantastic.
Sauce is called Ivar. It's a very popular condiment. It's made from roasted red peppers and eggplant, and it's delicious.
It is so good.
Thank
melds
you.
with the burger
You
so
could
well.
lie. You could tell me the truth too if you can.
No, I'm going to tell you the total truth. I'm not a huge onion fan on burger. This is really good.
It needs it. It needs the onion.
But it's not super onion forward.
Yeah.
See, I like the onion.
You like it?
Yes, and I like sour cream too. See, so that just tells you the difference between Jason and I.
The kaimak down there, it's got cream cheese, sour cream, feta cheese, butter, a little 35% cream in there, and all whipped together to make it all nice.
No, I was just going to say, just in between, I'm going to get into this really good.
And we're going to air it off the Snoop camera. We'll show you all of the bites. Dan Petrie loves cottage cheese. Chef reactions. Your thoughts? As this is into right field, a base hit. I'm very glad. First of all, a Tigers hit. Second of all, it's a chance to hear what you think of cottage cheese and Dan's true obsession with the food.
How do you consume it, Dan? Do you just straight up cottage cheese? You just raw dog in the cottage cheese?
Pretty much. You know, I'll have some fruit.
Sure.
You know, Daniela Bruce, who was on.
Love Daniela.
Yep. She actually made me a cottage cheese sundae one time.
And I remember this. I remember
celery sticks, and carrots.
Yeah, I wish I didn't remember that, but it's familiar. I like cottage cheese with canned peaches.
That's the one. It's
good for
peaches.
you.
Yes.
We wish sometimes we had canned peaches. We call him peaches, but he's a little wild for us. Feral peaches.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, peaches.
How did you start critiquing other people's food videos?
Oh, man. It was just a fluke. Like, post-pandemic, I was working in the restaurant business still, and my staff levels got just annihilated. I went from having 15 people plus myself to 5 people plus myself. So I had a lot of time by myself in the mornings, and one day I just started recording these stupid videos that I do, and it picked up. I don't know. I can't explain it. It still doesn't. I'm pinching myself right now. It doesn't feel real.
We cut away for the moment for the pitch, but you actually pinched yourself, and I appreciate that level of reality from your videos. Yeah,
it's what you see is what you get. Like, if you've seen any of my videos, it's not an act. It's who I am. If I see something good, I like it. If it's bad, I don't like it.
You have taste, though. Like, where did your taste for food stuff come from?
I worked in restaurants my whole adult life. I knew only how to do 2 things. One was running my mouth. The other one was cooking food.
We got critique that. We got some cheese going on it.
So far, so good. Good mise en place. Very nice. Very nice.
That is the first use of mise en place on our telecast, at least this week. All right, how's the spreading going here?
What do we got here? Okay, we just placed down some burger patties.
Yeah.
Very nice. We got some full coverage on the bottom. Looks like full coverage on the top as well. Solid. 10 out of 10.
See, that's what we came for. Chef, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
So
the
nice
Balkan
to meet
Smash
you,
Burger is around here, this homestand at Comerica Park. Go get it. It's fantastic. And that's a 10 out of 10.
It's the...
Speaking of food, if the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. We would tell you the truth. He's left now. That's a very good burger. I'm not beyond saying when somebody leaves that what they brought us wasn't very good. That was phenomenal.
You know that I don't like to eat during the broadcast and everything, but I made an exception this time and kind of took some large bites in that break.
That sauce, that red pepper sauce, is really good. Line drive, left field. That's a base hit for Mateo. It misses the sidewall, and so he will ramble on to second base for a leadoff double in this 4th inning.
Again, Fromber being challenged here again. Just having a pitch out of another jam. And it's not that bad of a pitch changeup, just down and kind of in where that barrel of the bat can find it. Just out of the reach of McGonigal, leaping up just over his outstretched glove. But Fromber got a big play defensively last inning. To keep that run right there, keep it at 2-0.
Tampa Bay will bunt, and McGonigal knows that. Lee wheeling behind and to slide to make the catch, and he did stamp the foot on the bag, and then everybody comes crashing into the plate just in case there were any ideas at the back end.
Boy, just that small ball right there, get that leadoff double, and they're saying, you know what, I'm not going to leave anything up, you going to the right side. Cortez with that really good at-bat, his last at-bat. Now Lee getting that throw behind him and able to break his steps down and awkwardly touch that bag for the first out.
He had the bag at first and he lost it looked like, for half a second, and he got back on it. So now Simpson and his speed with the infield in. There's another bunt. McGonigal has to charge, trying to scoop it, and not caught, not in time. The bad handling extraordinary for the Rays to get run number 3.
Yeah, and this is just one of those things that it's such a nice play for the Rays. I mean, they're looking for it. Look at that break that Mateo gets going down that line. And if you don't make that play, it's a do-or-die play, and McGonigal does everything right. Picks that ball up and just shovels it right to Dylan Dingler. But now with the speedy Simpson laying the ball down, he's safe at first, and now you got to worry about him stealing second.
So that's now a 15-game hit streak for Simpson that gets him on. But on the back end of that, Mateo gets home. Chandler Simpson has the most infield hits in his season for a long time, and it's a bunt parade.
And McGonigal is in as far as he can get, and he knows it. He's watching the bat, and if you look at those bunts too, they are just picture perfect.
It's high stress on the defense, and it's high stress from the team's speed for Tampa Bay.
And it's also high stress on Fromber. If you noticed that last time, he came set and then just went right home, just varying those looks, trying to keep Simpson over there at first.
That's a bouncer on 1-1, 2-1. So on that play on the bunt from Simpson, if you're a left-handed pitcher, I know you threw from the right-hand side, but if you're a left-handed pitcher, is there any way to control that runner over at third if you think a bunt's coming?
Well, I think it's more the play surprises you, and it's not a suicide.
To third, McGonigal across the way on number 2.
So you really can't see it, like if you're checking a runner over at first base. So if Fromber's got his back to him, you can't see him coming down, and he broke late. So he knows as soon as that ball that he squared and it was almost bunted, that's when Mateo started charging down the line. It was just so well executed, Mateo with his speed and just where that ball was placed, and McGonigal made a great play.
Kevin again over at third. Getting over, but Tampa Bay chips away for another run on the Bet365 scoreboard. Highest slugging percentage since June the 1st, when we first saw the Tampa Bay Rays on the Tigers schedule. Lee is 7th in the American League in slugging since June the 1st. He has kind of quietly put together a very quality second half of this season. His WRC plus 111, league average 100. Second time he came up, AJ Hinch has said it before, different guy. More confident guy, more belief in himself, more of that personality, and a better bat.
I think quietly around baseball he's starting to, but I think the Tigers have seen it this entire time, the difference between his first go-round and now.
He is Chevy's strongest player since June the 1st. And he's got a 2-0 count to let it eat on here against Rasmussen. And of course, you'd let it eat on a cutter that just kicks the outside corner.
Yeah, just going to make a perfect pitch, 2-0. I'd like to see something down the middle, and he puts it right on the corner.
I mean, you talk about Bob Ross.
And just the movement on these pitches, they're late. And you think that, I mean, hard to square anything up.
That's a great pitch too. This is where the strike zone box on the screen shows you how articulate of a pitcher Rasmussen is.
And it's one thing to throw a lot of strikes, a lot of first pitch strikes, but the quality of these strikes, that's four quality strikes in a row.
Mateo at second, breakdances into out number one. That one caught a little bit more of the plate, but got the job done anyway. And now our Call Sam best call as Kevin McGonigal comes up to the plate. We haven't seen a walk yet so far. Drew Rasmussen has a strikeout to walk ratio of 5.5. Klubot, David Price a couple times, and Zach Eflin, who just lived in the strike zone. First pitch, Yacker to McGonigal.
That's a pitch that he doesn't throw that often to either side. But if you're Kevin McGonigal, your name is circled in that lineup, and Rasmussen says, well, you're going to see a little bit of everything.
And a changeup that's a dirt scraper, 0-2. Everything but the fastball so far.
Yeah, he thought that changeup that Simpson took the base hit away from him in the first inning on the dive was a changeup that Kevin was able to stay back on just enough to line it into left. Swing back sinker.
I mean, this is just pinprick precision to the corners for Rasmussen this inning.
And you know, it's 0-2 also, and so many times you see a mistake 0-2. You know, I know they're going to throw strikes, but they're going to get on the page here. They don't like it.
He said, that's on me.
Yeah.
He actually called his own pitch there.
Yeah.
And Fortes immediately came out of the crouch. Maybe he hit the wrong button. Knuckleball up.
Yeah. It's a what?
Why's that there?
What?
He's checking his buttons on his pitch comm.
And now they don't have to push a button. They just get together and say, okay, sinker.
Sinker.
Or changeup.
Why don't you just tell me the pitch you want to throw? Ball and 2 strikes. He went with Chunnell that time. Playing at 7:43.
Why don't you just tell me?
1-2 on McGonigal. That's a fastball up. And it's fouled away. One and two. It's downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. .31-year-old McGonigal. Rasmussen to the 22-year-old McGonigal fouled away, and it's still 2-2. .55 pitches for Rasmussen, who's 9 years McGonigal's elder. 2-2 was up, and it sprayed to left center field toward the gap. 1 hop off the wall. That's a double for Kevin McGonigal with 1 out in the 4th.
And there it is. That's why he's getting curveballs and he's getting changeups, and they're having mound meetings, is because that name is circled of McGonigal. He gets that sinker up out over the plate, and the same approach that he took on that changeup, stayed back with it and lined that into left center. I'm sure Rasmussen Fortes are like, yeah, that's the reason why we've got to come out and break everything out that we possibly can against that guy.
Now Dylan Dingler. It's a ball. I mean, a challenge coming from Fortes. That looked like it was low. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. We will see if he has gamed the system here, and the system always wins.
Tampa Bay has
ball 1. Tampa Bay down to 1 challenge. You think of the look that McGonigal had when he stepped out of the box on 0-2. Just when you think that rookie is on his heels, he steadies himself, He forces you into a pitch that you may not want to throw when he beats you. 2-0.
And the one pitch that I like was that it was probably a ball, but it was a four-seam fastball that was up, and it was it was almost like he knew what was coming. He goes, I know that they like to throw that four-seam fastball up, and he was able to foul it off. Didn't want to take a chance that he'd get called out.
You hear about like 35-year-old veteran hitters doing that, right? Like intentionally fouling balls off that are dangerous or sound your alarm bells.
Yeah, let me get a better one.
So back to McGonigal. Here's the foul ball you're talking about from Kevin.
Yeah, this is like right on that borderline, and he knows that he likes to throw those high fastballs and just fouls it off just enough and waits it out and gets the sinker that he likes.
2-2 flip foul by Dylan Dingler. Another long at bat. Hao Yu Lee had a long one. McGonigal a long at bat. He didn't want to, and he didn't.
Yep, just held up. And again, that's a pitch that doesn't throw that often, that sweeper, but when you don't see it.
This is 4 straight batters for the Tigers when you go back to Colt Keith's 6-pitch strikeout in the third that have seen at least 6 pitches. The Tigers 4 straight at bats, 6 pitches plus against Rasmussen. Here we go again.
Well, it just looks like the Tigers are waiting just as long as they possibly can, seeing the ball as deep as they can. McGonigal did it. Now Dylan Dingler, I mean, it's 3-2. He got a fastball pretty center cut, and he was waiting to make sure it was a fastball.
Fly ball, shallow right field, dropping quickly and down, base hit. McGonigal had to wait. He didn't know if Valade would get there. It's first and third with one down and the Tigers fourth.
Yeah, this has happened to Dylan a couple of times recently, and it's good to see some of these falling in for base hits. First time up, he got one in on his hands, broken bat. That time just muscled it. Again, waiting as long as he can. And then inside out in it, shooting it in just out of the reach of Valade and Mateo.
So the entire infield and Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, highly thought of pitching coach for Tampa Bay, to talk it over with Callahan coming up. And in that first at bat, Callahan saw only the fastball genre on 3 pitches.
And you got to think that this is one of those ones where they want to give him a little bit of a break just because of how stressful those last 2 at-bats were, really making the Tigers making Rasmussen work.
This will be his 24th pitch of the inning. You saw the pile of pitches. Callahan clicks it foul, strike 1. It was a ground ball to short that Rasmussen got from Callahan the first time. And it's worth noting that Tampa Bay's bullpen has been very highly used over the weekend against the Baltimore Orioles. Callahan lays into it, left center field. This will get a run home as DeLuca throws it in. It's a sac fly for Callahan, and it's 3-1. McKinstry takes ball one. Good job by Callahan to not get to 2 strikes.
And I just think okay, the guy's human. You know, you can score on him.
Boy, that cutter, it's the quintessential cutter. It's meant to avoid your barrel. That looks like a really quality fat pitch to hit, and it is not.
And that's what I think about all those pitches, the 4-seam sinker and the cutter. And like you described, it is thrown to miss barrels. Because that 4-seam has got that extra ride on it too, so it's very hard to barrel that one up. The sinker's got the downward action plus the side to side. Cutter goes the other way and it goes down.
There it is again. 2-2. Yeah, this Rays bullpen, Dan, the highest leverage arms, Baker and Kelly, Brian Baker, Kevin Kelly, both pitched Saturday and Sunday. Garrett Clevenger, the lefty, threw Friday and Saturday as McKinstry reaches out to flick this to center. Johnny DeLuca makes the catch to retire the side. It's 3-1 after 4 at Comerica Park. You know what? That's as quick as you can do it. The grab and go barbecue here at Comerica Park. And we grab and went against the burger of chef reactions, Daniela.
I told you I had FOMO, Jason, so you know I had to make it.
Wait, you're going to interview him too?
I won't interview him, but I had to try the burger, and he was nice enough to come say hi to me. Again, I had FOMO. So, okay, we're going to trade. You want to take the mic? All right, here you go.
Hi, everybody. Daniela already took a bite of this burger. She could not wait any longer. She had to get a burger. And?
So.
Don't talk with your mouth full, but it's good though, yeah?
Yeah. This is, I like the role reversal here, but yes, it's very good.
You would tell me if it wasn't good?
Not right now, but maybe later.
I believe that. I believe that.
All right. Okay, that was great. But they're flying off the shelves over here. We're at section 148, the Fairway Market. How cool is that? They literally just reloaded the shelves. We watched them all get taken right off.
Absolutely insane. I can't believe it. Also, a reminder that proceeds go to Meals on Wheels, such a great cause. Seeing this happen is insane. It's crazy.
Amazing. It's amazing. All week long, you guys. This is 148, sections 133 and 115, the corner tap room and the beer hall as well. You can get the Balkan burger. No more FOMO. All cured. You guys can have it back.
Daniela knows right where the beer hall is. It's great.
Of course I do.
Yeah, you do.
What do you mean?
It's great. It's great. 1-2 to third. McGonigal is there for out number 1. He really is a man of the people. If you haven't seen the channel at Chef Reactions, certainly check it out. Oh my goodness, we have a mystery guest. What are we doing? Mike Tirico is here.
Good to see you, Danny. How are you?
Good to see you.
Hey.
Jace. Good to see you, pal.
How are you, Mike?
I'm great. It was one night in town. Well, actually, I'll tell you the truth after the pitch. I don't want to get in the way of your...
Hey, what a pro. What a pro.
So I saw you were doing the Tigers on Friday and the Lions on Saturday. Did you do the Red Sox yesterday?
Yeah.
So I was worried that you weren't going to make it back. So they had me on standby tonight.
You were not.
I was in the parking lot at 2:30 going, what is Fromber's average against second, third time through the order?
We talked.
Just in case. Talked to Peaches.
You know.
I was on standby. And the second you showed up, I sat downstairs and had a beer. This has been a great night.
That's fantastic. I'm sorry to take work from you. I know you don't have enough.
Hey, you can't talk. You can't talk.
Look,
I've been on TV. Yes, since the Western Conference Finals ended in the NBA, I've worn makeup 5 times. That's it. You've been on the air every night.
Yeah, you're an avid viewer. Are you saying there's too much?
I am a little bit. Actually, it's true. You've put Metro Detroit to sleep for about 75 straight nights, which is great, right? That's the goal.
Is this a roast of me?
I know what you were thinking, too, about putting them to sleep.
It's so good. 3-1 is laced into center field. That's a base hit for Caminero. I'm going to ask you the question, though. At some point, while we're all doing this, and Dan Dickerson comes in, does TV, but if, like, Dan's off one day and I miss a game, would you come do play-by-play?
This is the one sport I haven't done. It would be the honor of my life. And if I have to be honest, Dan, at home at night after about the fourth. What is it? We're in the fourth inning. Fifth inning. This is right about the time I turn your sound down and I just call the game for anybody in the house. You know, I just try to do the Benetti straight man, good jokes.
Did you say good joke? I may have misheard.
I love baseball. We've had season tickets here since this stadium opened. As a matter of fact, that opening game against Seattle when it was 35 degrees or so the scoreboard said it was, we were here for the first pitch, and that view, I love. That view of the DAC of downtown. There's nothing like coming here to the ballpark on a summer night.
Do you miss the flagpole?
I do. Actually, I do a little bit, but it's okay. Every time I see the cars pointed out there at the fountain, I'm like, all right, we're back. That camera I love because you get to see the whole downtown, the Hudson Tower. I miss the whale a little bit too, by the way.
Yeah, there's a whole faction of people as that's clipped foul. You're getting ready for football season soon, right?
I know.
Seattle, Wednesday night opener.
Wednesday night, yeah. We did a commercial with it. There's the former home of the whale.
It's brought to you by Cure Auto.
Does that count?
Yeah, that can't check it off the sponsorship list.
Yeah, we get ready for the opener 2 weeks from Wednesday night. The Seahawks and the Patriots.
One of your camera operators is on our show, Mark Stacy.
Yes, Mark,
who's fantastic.
Who sneaks into our booth pregame and halftime and takes candy.
Is that right?
All the time. There's Mark.
He's working for the Visit Show tonight, but there's Mark Stacy, one of the best in the business.
He's awesome. We see each other on a lot of flights, and he does sneak in the booth, and make sure he hears that. He steals the candy and the sweets out of the booth, tells us how warm it is in the booth and how cold he is, but Mark is one of the best.
0-2 is grounded foul, third base side. How has your summer been? I know you are locked in on the Tigers.
I've watched a lot of the games we don't watch when we're up north. Listen to Dan. I just saw Dickerson in the hallway and just said, Dan, this is like the first night I'm not listening to you because I'm here. It's been fun. It's always a fun ride with your baseball team, right? And it was a good stretch of baseball. Got us excited. Who knows if there's one more run left?
Ground ball to third. That's McGonigal. It's Lee. It's a double play. 5, 4, and 3. We have a rule.
Yes.
The mystery guest must stay at least 3 outs.
Does that mean I get to leave or I have to stay?
We only got you for 2.
I'll be back for one more out.
It's like a relief pitcher.
I understand.
You have to face 3 batters.
That's good. That's good.
Mike Tirico will rejoin us.
Great.
Bottom 5 here at Comerica Park. Mike Tirico, by rule, forced to join us for one more batter at the very least. So great to see one of the best sportscasters of all time, Mike Tirico.
Oh, stop,
joining.
please.
No,
I'm not that old yet. Come on.
Look, I brought this rule book just for you because I know you like to flip through it on your flights.
You know, I actually got through the first 50 pages of the NFL rule book this week. So, see, Torque's going to pop out and I've got to get out, right?
No. And now that you're here, you have to stick around.
You don't get a shortstop making a catch that far out there in left field, do you?
No. You know,
it's pretty good tracking that ball.
Now, if there were runners on, you could look up whether or not that was an infield fly rule situation.
Well, how about that 4th out thing a couple of weeks ago
in Toronto?
How funny was that? Nobody knew what was going on. So, you know what? Honestly, seriously, guys, it is so much fun to listen to all of you do the games. It's part of the soundtrack of summer. I was just telling Peaches during the break. Max is up, so I got to stop. I love Max.
You love Max? Yeah.
I love it. It's so much fun to watch. My wife grew up in Trenton. I'm downriver by marriage, I like to say. And she went to the old Tiger Stadium for many years. So we've watched Dan play. We have a little bit. So she was at the last game at the old Tiger Stadium. And what they were doing after that game, they were taking the old canteen cups and they were scooping dirt and giving it to fans. And so she comes home with some of the dirt from the outfield at Old Tiger Stadium.
Max will fly this ball straight away center. DeLuca is there for round number 2.
We built our house in Ann Arbor, and that dirt is in the foundation of our house. So we got a little bit of Tiger Stadium dirt on the foundation of our house in Ann Arbor. Wow. Yeah.
See, and I did the same thing. You know, I grabbed a piece of sod and did the same thing.
Look at that place, the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. And to hear Ernie's voice, the last couple of series, I was lucky enough to hop in the back of the press box, the old WJR booth, and get to watch Ernie call 3 outs of an inning. I'll never forget it. And it's love. How many folks have had their friends here and say, I'll meet you at the Ernie Harwell statue?
Absolutely.
out front, right?
You
Nothing
can still
like it.
hear his voice, right?
Oh, of course. And when the radio broadcast starts, you hear Ernie calling a home run. Whitaker scores. Travel right behind him. It's just so great. It's the best.
The swing and a miss by Baez.
My favorite was always the foul ball.
Oh,
You
caught
know,
by?
There's a young lady from Trenton caught that one.
How does he know where they're from?
When I first came here, I'm like, what? How does he know?
But Jason and Dan are part of a long line of just legendary voices in this town. It's so cool. We are spoiled. You know, George Blaha doing the Pistons, Dan Miller doing the Lions, obviously, of course. Both Kens doing the Red Wings. We are so spoiled with great announcers as fans here in Detroit. And Jace, you're right there with them, man.
Well, you are unbelievably generous. And as we get a 1-2 here, and Javi will spray it foul. You know, you watch a lot of these telecasts, and you work with some of the best in the business. I just want to give a little love to Denny Blunt and Andrew Blaustein, our producer and director. Will you just let our audience know what you see on these shows from our crew?
I mean, constantly working, keeping us entertained, whether it's the game or it's something around. I wanted to be part of a wild Bruce chase tonight, and I end up being, surprise for Benetti, right? I was going to bring my sign, like, where's Danielle? I want to be part of a wild Bruce chase tonight, right? But this is sports. We care about our team. I know it's still early. I know. But it's still entertainment. We got to make folks entertained. Hi, Daniela. She's here. I brought the wild Bruce chase to you.
That's right.
But you know, it's 162 games. And the great thing about the loyalty of Tiger fans, you know, from down here to watching all the way across the state on summer nights and around the country now, is that you want to keep them entertained. And every night we show up, and not just you all in the booth, but all the talented men and women in the truck. They work 24/7 to make sure, hey, what can we do tomorrow that'll be fun?
Yes.
And tonight they got Benetti, which is the best part of it all.
Yeah, now I'm expecting that Hot Corner is going to walk into the booth. It's animated. No, it is so good to see you. What a wonderful surprise this is.
I know. We are so proud Syracuse alums, and we never get to see each other being in the same town half a year because one of us is always on the air.
Okay. Okay.
No, I meant either me or you.
I
didn't mean one of us. So,
but
you're doing basketball with us now?
Is that okay?
At NBC?
Yeah, I was going to jump in.
Are you taking any of my games?
I am not.
Oh, you sure?
It was very clear in the press release. The rest of the announcers would be unaffected by my presence.
Oh, darn. I was hoping I get to like 3 more Red Wings games because you were taking like 10 of mine.
That Sacramento Blazers game in March was supposed to be yours.
No, it wasn't, but you can have it.
Thank you.
And I'll go watch the Wings and the Leafs at the Joe.
3-2 is clipped foul in and out of the glove of Fortes.
At LCA, what did I say, the Joe?
Well, you have Detroit on your brain.
I
you have
do.
Detroit
We're talking
history
Tiger
all
Stadium.
over your brain.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Save it. I'm looking forward to the next month. You know, can they get back in the race would be great. If not, look at all the young kids. This is so much fun to watch all these guys play.
There is strike 3. Mike,
good seeing you guys.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
You are the best in the business.
Oh, you're nice.
If I can say
You're a great friend.
Such an honor.
Dan, pleasure to meet you, man.
Hope I get a
sorry
picture.
about him.
Let's get a picture.
Sorry you got to work with him, buddy. It's all right.
Carhartt presents today's Tiger of the Day. It's Mike Tirico. Just kidding. It's Ray Herbert.
Ray!
Yeah, Detroit native.
I thought we had Ray already. He was our batting practice pitcher.
Okay.
Yeah, in 1984. And well beyond that, won over 100 games? Anything else you want to know about Ray Herbert?
Yeah, please. What do you got?
Was a manager at Kmart, I believe, for a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
And then would get off work in his tie and come in and throw batting practice.
Do you have the last 4 digits of his social as well that you'd care to share?
Yes. Good to see Ray Herbert. Yeah.
That is awesome. Kmart.
Yeah. I think it was Kmart.
I'm being told in my ear that it might have been Montgomery Ward.
It might have been. A big department store. His manager.
I'll take 1980s big box stores for 1,000, please. Yikes.
Ray Herbert, yeah.
That's great.
What chef reactions? Mike Tirico, Ray Herbert. I mean,
if you had those 3 in your box trifecta on your ticket. As this is a fly ball deep to right field to the warning track, it goes, and it is out of here. Jonathan Aranda goes deep for the 16th time this season, and Tampa Bay leads 4-1.
Yeah, it's one of those sliders that stays too much in the middle of the plate, allows Aranda to get underneath it and launch that high into the sky just in the first couple of rows into right field. When Fromber throws that slider, tries to hook, just get it out a little bit more. That one just stayed in the middle a little bit too much.
Strike one to Jorge Mateo. There is some of that power. Tampa Bay doesn't have a ton of muscle-bound sluggers, but the middle of the order can hit homers. And I do just want to say, Mike Tirico is one of the most generous people with his time, with his positive energy, with everything he says about other people in our business, with his love for a great production crew. And it is so great to have him here. And now we have it on the record that we need to get him to do play-by-play for Tigers at some point here. I'll trade him one of those NBA games.
I wanted to ask, and I'm sure you have a favorite too, but I wanted to ask what the favorite event or the favorite thing he's ever done, ever called, or ever been to, the most meaningful. I mean, Olympics and everything that he's done all over the world. I mean,
his sign-off from the Olympics this year was in real time live and absolutely breathtaking to the core. I mean, he is a wordsmith. He is the best of us. And we are glad to call him a friend. Fly ball right center. Max Clark is there for out number one. And now a word from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months.
Thanks for joining us. Mike Tirico will find his way to Ford Field at some point this year. He was out at Lions practice actually last week. Ground ball cut off by McGonigal. That is 12 ground outs for Fromber.
And how many of them went to Kevin McGonigal? He's been busy over there at third.
8.
Yeah.
8.
Is that counting the one that was the base hit that he shoveled home to try to get Mateo?
It is not.
Yeah.
But I'll count it now.
I mean, that's just another one that had been hit to him.
Strike one to Simpson. And then he had a foul pop out that he caught in the first inning as well that I wasn't counting. So it's been mostly Kevin McGonigal. I even tried to make him the shortstop in the first inning. I figured every ball was going to go to him. That's inside, and look out. That was as Roger Dorn-ish without getting hit of a reaction.
It looked like it was destined for the middle of his back, and somehow that's a little Matrix. That's a little Matrix right there, isn't it?
It is. It's like Neo meets Corbin Burnson. Ground ball to third. Inning over. 4-1 Tampa Bay through 5.5.
Get ready for our final Sounds of Summer post-game concert presented by Rocket as Dustin Lynch comes to Comerica Park Friday, September 11th. Whether you're a small-town boy or not, you can't miss the show. Visit tigers.com/Sounds of Summer to get your tickets today.
Those are your options. Small-town boy or not.
Or not.
You're doing that read every single time. That was elite.
You know how I like to pre-read these.
And you know how we like to not let you read these.
Exclusivities.
1-1 for Colt Keith. Tigers trying to get something moving here. 2 hits in the fourth. The run on the Callahan sac fly. Oh, man, just a filthy cutter and a challenge coming. Colt, what he saw, you don't blame him, but that might be a strike. Feigerlaw ABS challenge. That caught the zone. That was a weird looking deal.
The way it was caught, I think also, you know, you're following it right in and it just works its way back.
And there's that changeup, strike three. No staff throws more off-speed pitches than the Tampa Bay Rays, and that changeup was lethal right there from Rasmussen.
And that's the one that earlier that goes straight down, boom, and it's late. It's at 90 miles an hour, and it just comes in. It's fastball, and then it just disappears.
One down for Hao-Yu Lee, who's rolled out twice, once to third, once to second. How many times has Drew Rasmussen hit the perimeter of the strike zone box on the screen?
To Hao-Yu Lee also.
Yeah, specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. I mean, that thing is right there. You see, he's calling his own, and he's doing it quickly. A couple of deep breaths and a 1-1. Fly ball right-hand side and foul. Ryan Valade was defending the line like it was the King's Castle. So if that was in play and catchable, he was going to get there.
And that just, again, is just showing the command, not just the control, but the command of putting it exactly where he wanted it. And the last time, back in the fourth inning, he let one leak a little bit over the middle, and Hao-Yu Lee hit it hard to second base. Let's see if he can make a little bit more of a mistake, and Hao-Yu Lee can make him pay.
Takes that one 2-2. Tampa Bay, part of the quagmire they put you in is their starters walk the fewest batters in Major League Baseball. Their walk rate is the lowest of all the starting staffs for Kevin Cash in the entire Major League Baseball list of teams. Check swing, no go. 3-2 for Lee.
Well, you just get the feeling too. You saw it with Kevin McGonigal, but he's pitching Hao-Yu Lee like almost like he's got him circled. Knows that he's extremely hot right now too. Yes.
Two-seamer, good night. See, that changeup from earlier sets up that sinker, Dan.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good take, that changeup,
yes,
after seeing all the cutters and the fastballs on the outside part of the plate. But it's, again, the late movement that you're at 3-2, and you know what? I'm going to walk. I'm going to get a walk here. That's 6 inches outside. And it just keeps working its way back. Hao-Yu Lee can't believe that caught the outside corner.
It's a great point by you on the take of the changeup, because he did it so confidently. He saw it so well,
yes,
like he recognized it. And then the sinker camouflaged itself beautifully for strike three.
Because he'd seen the four-seam fastball and the cutters on the outside part of the plate. I don't think he'd seen that sinker on the outside corner, and that's why he just kind of gave up on it, and that tremendous movement, and it had plenty of the plate.
It's a filthy sequence. Now McGonigal, who doubled after a long at bat last time, takes a changeup, 2-1. Well, Kevin saw the kitchen sink and then a couple more pitches last time.
This is going to be Rasmussen's 100th pitch.
Here's the changeup we were talking about to Hao-Yu Lee. Watch the take. You said it. It was really a confident take.
Yeah, just kind of flinched. But then I think he's just saying, yeah, that's a ball all the way. It's a ball out of hand and then works its way back over. It's late movement.
Double-barreled action in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Casey Legumina, the former Seattle Mariner, is up and loosening, and Clevenger, the left-hander, as well. Foul ball, still 3-2 to a 7 jersey in the first row. And our Bet365 odds update. Kevin McGonigal looking for that second hit after scoring the lone run for the Tigers so far tonight in the fourth. 3-2. Hit hard at second base. Mateo into the slide to retire the Tigers in the 6th. 8 in a row set aside by Rasmussen. To the 7th we go. Our story so far this ball game, Tampa Bay struck first. They had 2 runs early, and the bunt was a big play for this team. Kevin McGonigal trying to make the effort to get the runner Mateo on the back end of that play. Wasn't able to finish it off, but Robert Valdez, when he lived on the ground, he was living right with 12 ground ball outs in the game, including this beaut from McGonigal over at third early on against Yandy Diaz, who thought he had a double in the 2nd inning. But small ball for the Rays has triumphed so far. Tanner Rainey is on the hill. Fromber is done for the night. And Taylor Walls takes the first pitch from our Wallside Windows pitching change. Tanner Rainey, who's gone 4 2/3, the former Washington National, is first out of the bullpen. Some changes to that bullpen, as you likely heard in our pregame festivities today, as that's a called strike, maybe a bit above the zone. Ty Madden optioned down to AAA. Tyler Kinley, late of the Atlanta Braves organization, among others, Colorado Rockies as well, is new to that bullpen. And so that is the move. Ricky Vanasco was taken off of the 40-man roster designated for assignment, so he will go through the waiver process, and we'll see how that ends up. As Kinley is on, and Rainey throws strike 2 for Walls.
Rainey's done a nice job since being up here with Detroit. 4 2/3 innings, hasn't given up a run yet. Last appeared on Saturday, scoreless inning with no hits, no walks allowed.
Strike 3 called, a fat fastball. The first punch out for Tampa Bay comes in batter number 27.
Yeah, they lead all of baseball in fewest strikeouts, and here's another reason why. Here we are in the 7th inning, and the first one comes from Tanner Rainey.
Look out, Yandy. I've always really enjoyed watching Yandy Diaz hit that.
I remember we did those games in Tampa, and I'm right along with you.
He's not a guy for this era necessarily, because he doesn't love to pull the ball and he doesn't love to hit the ball in the air. But he has been an outlier, and he's found a home for that. You know, Luis Arraez has bounced around so much, being a contact guy. Yandy Diaz has more power, certainly. He's got 19 home runs. But he's not your prototypical pull side lift guy, and he's living off the fat of the land in Tampa Bay. Look, a 300 average and 800 plus OPS is like T-Rex rare in baseball. And he's one of 4 guys to do it. He thought he had ball 4. He will have to yank himself back.
It just always seems like he's right around that 300 mark, though. And if he gets off to a bad start, it's just like, well, hold on, just wait a minute. Let's look at the end of the season. How close is he going to be to 300?
That will help the OPS. That is walk number 47 of his year. And now a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Meeting at the mound with Ryan Valade scheduled, but Cedric Mullins, the former Campbell Camel, will pinch hit with Tampa Bay.
That's just the only thing, just trying to get Tanner Rainey to be in that strike zone a little bit more. I mean, that stuff is there. That good 4-seam fastball and slider. So he's got the 4 strikeouts since his recall in the 4 2/3 innings, but also the 4 walks. And that's just the one thing that they just want to try to clean up, because they know that stuff is there. And in that strike zone, they're going to have something here.
Cedric Mullins, who found a home in center field at Camden Yards for the bulk of his early career, checks his swing, and he did not go, says Dexter Kelly, the third base umpire. It's close. Looks like he held up. Golf shot in the air back of second. Javi makes the catch, and there are 2 down in the 7th. You mentioned it, Dan. Tampa Bay is 3 clear of the Yankees, and you really want that bye. You really do. I know everybody right now wants to be out of that 4-5 game because that looks like Lou Merloni yesterday on our telecast of the Red Sox game was calling it the gold bracket, the 1 and the 4 and the 5, because you have 3 of the best teams in the American League. It would be Rays and then the winner of Yankees Red Sox in the 2nd round. Yikes. Somebody's going home of that group of 3 in the 1st round. And so Tampa Bay, if you lose the division lead, you're likely going to have to play Boston in the wild card round. And the Red Sox are the best team in baseball over the past 2 months.
And they have a really tough end of their schedule, too.
Strike 3. Hold that thought. We've got to tell you about the Figer Law 7th inning stretch. Tigers trying to come back next.
For $2.99 a month for 24 months.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family-owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows, and by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. We have Mike Tirico, mystery guest, Bob Costas doing the copyright. It's like a Newhouse function here today.
Hall of Fame lineup here.
It is.
You in the booth.
Okay.
And, you know.
Full stop. Garrett Clevenger is our Wallside Windows pitching change. Tigers will try to take aim at the lefty out of the Tampa Bay bullpen, and Dingler swings through a slider. Strike 1. Behind him, the defense has changed as well. Mullins is expected, takes over in center. That pushes DeLuca to right. 6 sterling innings for Drew Rasmussen this evening. That's a ridiculous slider.
Yeah, you can see that deception in the delivery from Clevenger. He last pitched on Saturday, so this is going to be 3 out of 4 for him. But he's holding right-handers to a 198 average, so he comes in to get Dingler.
It's popped up foul out of play.
And then you're going to see probably the pinch hitters for the 2 left-handers coming up, or due to come up.
Yeah, it was going to be Callahan. It's been Malgiri. Daniela has more.
Yeah, Riley Green is our Henry Ford Health update today, who will most likely, actually most definitely be back in left field when he gets healthy. He's been back in Lakeland for the last week and a half as he's nursing that hamstring injury. But being back in Detroit, a good sign for Riley, able to work with some of the trainers here. He was out on the field before the game today, very early, running, doing some drills, and he was almost at 100%, he said, still working on a few things, but feels good, feels a lot better. Love the work he was able to do in Lakeland. AJ Hinch said that hopefully later this week they'll have more on his beginning of a rehab assignment and what that looks like for Riley Green and getting him back to the big leagues. We know that's a huge part of the lineup. Looks a lot different when Riley Green is in it, guys.
Yeah, and the trickle-down effects of Riley not being there impact a bunch of other guys.
So he definitely is going on a rehab. I wonder how long that would last, because you want him back in this lineup just as quick as possible.
Yeah, if you're going to make a run, you need Riley Green.
You bet. It's going to be, if that rehab assignment, it's going to be a brief one, I got to imagine.
You see how funky that delivery is for Clevenger to right-handers. I mean, there's a lot of arm and leg there, and then the slider almost looks like an upshoot slider.
And it almost looks like it's got different breaks to it. It kind of has that side to side, almost like a sweeper, and then one that goes kind of more downward.
And then that one explodes inside to Dingler for strike 3, 1 away.
And just how much this just cuts right across the plate. I mean, that would look like it starts well off the plate outside and just kind of keeps working and ends up right underneath the hands of Dylan.
They will meet and talk about Malgiri, who will pinch hit. So we've checked the rule book. Ben Malgiri has not walked into the batter's box yet, so we can officially make him the CNL Ward on deck hit.
That was in that rule book that you showed Tirico, I saw.
It was, it's in the bylaws 14A6.
There it was, yep.
Yeah, it's 14A6.
You got it circled, I see it.
Yeah, that's right, it highlighted multiple times. They're doing prop comedy again. One down for Malgiri. They're all, that's good prop comedy. It's the claw. First one. Goodness gracious. What do you do with that? They hit the edges more than any staff in the first game of a series that we've seen all year. Shockingly so. They've been all over the corners. You got to go after something way inside, and it's a dart foul. 0-2. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Rasmussen, 23 of his pitches were window pane city.
Look at that. Just, I mean, the U shape. The only thing, the only one wasn't that top rail cutting across. That is something.
It's wild. I mean, that's 20% of his pitches are sitting right there at the bottom of the zone, exactly where he wants them to be. Let alone the pitches just off the edge that are quality strikes. Hard heater, 96, 2-2 on Malgiri.
Well, you see Clevenger's reaction too when he doesn't throw a strike or throw one right on the corner. He was angry at himself, like, what am I doing here? I can't believe that. And you would think with that kind of motion that you would miss a little bit more.
Not there.
Nope.
To the corner again on a slider. Strike 3, 2 down.
Well, but just look how far outside this starts and just keeps working its way back right on that outside corner. And just the late swing, because out of the hand, it's got to look like it's way off the plate. And then, oh, shoot, here it comes. And you got to just take a flip at it and just behind it.
Zemak on a ground ball to second. Mateo takes care of it. We'll go to the 8th. 4-1.
Family Mix.
Our upcoming schedule is brought to you by Bet365. Thursday off days in between a couple of homestands. The road trip to Minnesota and Cleveland, which we hope is pivotal. The White Sox are trailing tonight, but you got to win some games to get involved in that. Tigers are 7 back of first place Chicago. Johnny DeLuca takes ball number 1 here in the 8th inning. Cleveland's 3.5 back. Minnesota 5.5 back. They've lost 3 in a row. San Diego knocked them down a peg. And Cleveland is hanging around right there. Now the White Sox are within a run at 3-2 in the 3rd. The Twins are at Ath. The Guardians are at the Angels. So it's the Guardian-Angels series the next couple of days. McGonigal gets around another one and throws to first for out number 1. Jonathan Aranda coming up. He's driven in 2. Part of that is our Miller Lite moment, including this in the 6th, a leadoff home run that did just get out of here.
Yeah, only the second home run that Aranda's hit off a left-handed pitcher. See Crommer's reaction on that. Also drove in a run, just barely beating out a double play ball.
Jonathan Aranda, who went to his first All-Star game last year. He's building on a career high. Now 16 home runs as it's 0-2 for Aranda.
How about that changeup? Something that you don't see Rainey throw that often. Had him way out in front. Said, where did that? That's not on the scouting report. Where'd that come from?
Everybody wants to be a tendency breaker nowadays. That's the whole goal, is put something on the scouting report that they have to think about.
That's it.
0-2. On the ground foul at first. It's very much like an offensive, I was going to say offensive coordinator, but that person almost went head over heels for the foul ball and fortunately stayed out of play. He was halfway headlong, about to go over the top, and controlled himself to stick the landing.
Stick around in the ballpark.
That's correct. Please do not enter the field of play. If you do, your ticket is subject to revocation. In the air, left field. Malgiri makes the catch. 2 down, and this word from Figer Law to you.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Daniela Bruce downstairs, Dan Petrie, Jason Benetti, our entire marvelous crew here at Comerica Park. Jorge Mateo will bat with 2 out, the bases empty in the 8th against Tanner Rainey, who's trying to give A.J. Hinch 2 innings tonight. 3-game set with first place Tampa Bay, the best team in the American League. Two darts outside, 2-0 on Mateo.
Yeah, make that little adjustment. He'll come back and get those 2 quick outs. Come back, have yourself a good, easy inning here.
Unwound outside. He tried to adjust and still missed away. 3-0.
Yeah, almost identical spots.
There it is. Three-1 coming. No, sir. Tampa Bay has just off the 60-day IL right-hander Manuel Rodriguez getting loose. And so there's a little bit of a wonder of what kind of commodity that will be. A right-hander who does have 4 years of a major league pedigree of a total of 105 games. Safe the call over at first. Quick throw, and Mateo just got back.
Boy, and AJ threw his hand up immediately. They're looking at this a long time, thinking that maybe he got him on the back right before that hand slipped in.
Shana Roofing wire cam had it first, and then that, which was very close.
Yeah.
Am I remembering right? Was it Mateo that stole the 2 bases against Skubal a couple years ago?
I think it was
Baltimore?
Mateo. Yeah. I think it
Last
was.
year?
I think did he steal third? One of them third?
He's off again. Throw to second. Yes, sir. He is down. Now he says challenge. We'll see. Kevin Cash.
How about the throw?
I think he's out. What do you think?
I think he's out. I think that throw from Dylan Dingler's right on the bag, and he slides right into Hal Lee's awaiting glove.
April 27th last year, 2 steals for Jorge Mateo in this ballpark. As Chuck Fair likes to say, not today.
Hop into Easy.
The Los Angeles Dodgers head to Detroit for a thrilling matchup against your Tigers August 28th through the 30th, featuring some of the league's best players. This is a matchup you can't miss. Head to tigers.com/tickets and get your tickets now.
First pitch, left field, that's down, base hit for Torque. He'll cruise into second base and see if the Tigers can get something cooking against the Rays bullpen and Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez just entering the game off the IL and gets greeted by a Torkelson line drive double. That spent 10 rehab assignments down in the minor leagues. Getting his first taste of action coming back from flexor tendon surgery.
It was one of those that started as a forearm strain and then led to surgery just off the 60-day IL. So our wall side windows pitching change. There you see the rehab you're talking about, Dan. You kind of never know. It's a life is like a box of chocolates situation. Somebody this late in the season just starting his year in the middle of a playoff chase. There's a little bit of an opportunity for the Tigers.
Yeah, Kevin Cash came out and said that when he called him up and took him off the IL that he was going to pitch in some high leverage situations, and he wasn't kidding. He's got a little bit of a cushion here with the 3-run lead, but that can evaporate really quick.
You would imagine Kevin Cash would act on that. That's a big miss, 2-1 for a Tampa Bay team that with Rasmussen and Clevenger was living on the edge of the strike zone. We didn't see many big misses from the first 2 tonight. 2-1 in the air left field. Simpson will run out of room. It's 2-2.
And to your point earlier in the game with 2 of the best relievers in Kelly and Baker most likely being down, haven't pitched in the last 2 games. You know, it'll be interesting to see how Kevin Cash will use that back end of the bullpen.
Two and 2. Swing and a miss on a slider, strike 3, 1 away.
Yeah, went to the pitch that he throws the most often, that slider, disguised as that fastball. Max thinks it's a fastball, just swings right over the top.
Javi Baez has to fight that off. Chose to fight that off. Did something with it.
Just like almost protecting yourself from that one. Man, that thing was just kind of riding right in at the body of Javi Baez.
Two strikes. Strike 3 on a slider, 2 down. 3-pitch strikeout of Baez for Rodriguez, and now Keith will bat.
Yeah, that 0-1 pitch was probably the best one. That slider that he got. That last one was a little bit disgusting Fortes had a hard time catching that slider and tell you how hard it is to hit it.
Let's face it, Rodriguez has not thrown a lot of strikes.
With his fastball. That's the one. You can just, he missed to Javi on the one that Javi swung at that was almost self-protection mode.
That was a good strike. Foul ball, 1-1.
Then he comes right back in with the fastball.
Torque leadoff double. He's still at second. It's 2-1 for Keith.
But every time Colt gets in there, you just have one of those feelings that he's going to hit the ball hard somewhere.
That's a called strike, and that might be worth a challenge. It was close. It was really close.
That was that one that almost the same pitch that he struck out.
And he challenged earlier.
Yep.
So a little reluctant to challenge the same pitch, but that one would have been away. Boy, that's one of those where you feel like the baseball gods are just throwing lightning at you.
Because he challenged that one because he thought it was outside, and it caught that, and he says, I can't do it again. I can't burn another one.
3-2. We're verging on the first walk of the night for a Tiger hitter. Tampa Bay has been predictably command focused in tonight's game. It's a quality 3-2 fastball.
Boy, you do. You just, if Colt can somehow just figure his way to get on there with Hao Yu Lee representing the tying run.
3-2 is off, ball 4. The tying run will walk up to the plate, and it is Hao Yu Lee. Meeting coming at the mound. Kyle Snyder back out of the dugout.
Boy, and this is one of those situations, too, where you know he's talking about, you know who's in that on-deck circle. You want, and now you got to throw strikes to Hao Yu Lee. But I don't think that the Rays want to have any situation where Kevin McGonigal comes up in this inning.
Tampa Bay's out of mound visits while we're at it. Now, Cam Boozer is loosening in the bullpen. It would likely be him for McGonigal, which is another place where not having Riley Green impacts your lineup, because you can then target Kevin with that left-hander. And I believe
baseball on the field.
There's extra equipment. A second ball would certainly make it more interesting. You try to build a rally and
chasing down a couple of them.
Yeah, just hit it where they ain't. Hit both of them where they ain't.
I'm looking for a hanging slider on the inner third here for Hao Yu Lee.
First one is a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Pretty good slider, bottom of the zone, 1-1.
That's one of those things you got to make sure that you keep throwing them there. I'm sure he went out and reminded him, Snyder did, about make sure you don't hang them. Just put that thought in your mind. Put that thought about hanging one in your mind. Inside.
Oh man, that is a deathly slider.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row. Both of them are down. This one just a little bit outside and down. And I mean, you got to believe that he's going to come right back with it.
fastball, but you're going to see it at some point.
Eventually.
I know what you mean.
Yep. You can show him that fastball. And I don't think that was all that was.
That's a dive bomb of a sinker. 3-2. Kind of surprising. He didn't throw one more slider before 3-2.
I am. Now you got the runners off with the pitch. And see if he comes back. I'd be surprised if he doesn't throw it.
Oh boy, and it backed up on him. That was ball 4.
That's the one that you're looking for. Try to get that one on the inner part of the plate for how you lead a turn on.
6th full count of the night for the Tigers. And this one ends in strike 3 on a fastball that was in. The inning is over. 3 strikeouts for Rodriguez in his 26th debut. And the Tigers leave a pair. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By North Bloomfield Properties. Let them manage your rental home so you can enjoy your weekends again. And by T-Mobile, America's best network, connects you to America's pastime. It's nice to be an older brother, isn't it? Just, you're going over here for a while, and you're going to do that, and now this, and that. That's how this season's felt sometimes. Our wall side windows pitching change, Tyler Holton is in for strike 1. He is the 3rd pitcher utilized by A.J. Hinch tonight as Nick Fortes takes a strike.
Tyler last pitch in Kansas City on Friday got nicked for that home run, but most times out you're feeling really good the way Tyler Holton is throwing the baseball, and he's tasked with just keeping that 4-1 margin right there to give the Tigers a chance.
It's popped up back of home. Dingler ditches the mask and is there to make the catch. It's a clean catch. It's out number 1. Catcher on catcher crime to start the 9th.
Boy, look how long that Dylan holds on to that mask, not knowing exactly, and he throws it, and it almost ball kind of carries, almost takes him right back into where he threw that mask. Just able to make that catch as it comes back into play.
Now Simpson takes a breaking ball 1-0. If you're looking ahead to the Tigers' 9th, it'll be McGonigal, Dingler, and Malgiri. Gleyber Torres on the bench, Eduardo Valencia on the bench, Corey Julks on the bench as it's 2-0 on Simpson. It's a ball, 3-0, a little bit low. If you walk Simpson, it's almost a guarantee he's going to try and steal second base. Although Tyler Holton can control runners.
I was going to say it's a lot better with the left-handed pitcher staring right at him.
But his mind will be on trying to create something with his 35 stolen bases.
And he would be one of those ones that would be off pitch.
Hopper to second base. Tough play, and it goes wide.
There's another one of those infield hits for Chandler Simpson, too. Already had the bunt back in the 4th inning. And there it is, just chops it right into the ground. Chops it and then runs. Look at him flying down that line. How Yuli comes charging in. Nothing really he can do, trying to get rid of it as quick as he can. Yuli does a good job at just catching that ball, too. Ball sticking in his glove.
Under 4 seconds, 3.85 to first base for Chandler Simpson. He is one of the fastest guys in all of Major League Baseball. Elite sprint speed. top 1% on that run to first. I mean, you saw how fast he is, but you compare him to everybody else in the big leagues, they're like maybe 15 guys faster by sprint speed.
I mean, especially coming out of the left-hand batter's box, too. You know, you think of Bobby Witt Jr., just how fast he is coming out of the right-handed batter's box, but just with that kind of speed and just hacking and slashing at that baseball out of the left-hand side, getting that little extra closer to first base.
See him talking to Corey Dickerson over there, the former Tampa Bay Ray first base coach. Tyler looks right at him. Simpson leaning. He will not go. And this is popped up foul out of play. Strike three called, planted a fastball on the inside corner. Tyler Holton did for out number 2.
Boy, Tyler Holton just stared Chandler Simpson down, trying to ice him. And he also, I think, ended up icing Taylor Walls. Kept waiting like, hurry up, deliver it. And he just threw that fastball and just snuck it right by him.
2 out, Yandy Diaz, who attacks the first pitch and flares it foul.
Yeah, this is where it tests Spencer Torkelson too. If he does have that move over to first base, Tork does a good job of getting and finding the lane to throw it down to second base. If he does go on the first move and he picks.
Jam shot, ground ball, third base. McGonigal takes care of Diaz again like he did already twice tonight. 3-run game to the bottom of the 9th.
And Logan Reaver here getting you set for Tigers postgame. The Rays have certainly played all the hits for why they're the best in the AL right now. Small ball, elite pitching. I mean, that Rasmussen StatCast, that unfortunately belongs in the Smithsonian. We get into Framber Valdez's day as well. Some of the struggles in the first, all of that. That's the plan for postgame, but I'd be totally down to rip that up and throw that out with 4 runs, guys.
It sounds like a good plan.
Like it.
We'll see what happens here. Brian Baker is on after throwing the 10th inning 2 days ago, the 9th inning yesterday. This is his 3rd straight day on the mound, and Kevin Cash really valuing this win. And Baker gets a pop-up to shortstop. Walls is out onto the grass again tonight for out number 1 on Kevin.
You know, for Baker too, he has pitched in the last 2, but it's just 12 pitches and 5 pitches, even though it's, again, they got to get up, they got to get loose. But maybe he's looking at that pitch count, and Brian Baker saying, you know what, I can give you an inning.
Dylan Dingler takes a strike. Tampa Bay's been in control from the jump here after a 2-run first inning for the Rays. Dingler will have to hop that off. 0-2 from Baker.
Baker's picked up the save yesterday, his major league leading 37th save, and working on a 26 consecutive save streak here. Tigers would love nothing to put an end to that.
Rally caps are out. 0-2 for Dingler. Dylan's going to want that one back. Oh boy, he takes it at 97. A hit by pitch with 2 strikes, and look, any port in a storm here.
Just one of those weird ones right there that strange things happen, and Dylan Dingler again being a magnet with that baseball. That one just gets away from Baker and hits Dylan right in the middle of the back.
Ben Malgiri will bat with a runner on and swing through a fastball, strike one.
Baker has that real good fastball, but just more than anything, a devastating changeup.
Line drive left field. That's a base hit. Ben Malgiri. Dingler wants third. He gets there easily. First and third. One out in the ninth. Here we go. Let's see.
There it is. Just that little hit by pitch. Kind of fires everybody up, getting somebody on it again. The third game in the row for Baker. Ben Malgiri says, I'm not waiting around for that changeup. I'm going to look fastball, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to line it into left. Dylan Dingler just being very aggressive, too. Play right in front of him. Tried to coax that throw into third, but Simpson wasn't falling for it.
Change up to McKinstry, 0-1. Ground ball, foul at first, 0-2. Tigers trying to find a way to break this 5-game losing streak. Oh, 2. That is into the glove of Fortes. Strike 3, 2 gone, and it's up to Spencer Torkelson.
Baker sticking with that fastball, throws it right upstairs. Tough to catch up to it. Zach McKinstry can't foul it off. Tigers down to their last out.
Deep breath for Torque, who does have 20 home runs. A double tonight. First pitch fouled away hard to the right.
And it's been a while since Torque has hit a home run. This would be the perfect time. As we know, they go in stretches and spurts.
One hopper, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, how about that block by Fortes? My goodness. Just sacrifice your body and just stand right there, right in the mask. Trying to do anything to stay in front of it, and he does. Wow.
One. Soft in there for a strike, 1-2, and a challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Was it there? Was it not? It's 1-2 or 2-1. It is a strike.
Calls confirmed. Pitches a strike. Detroit has no challenges remaining.
Well, he just threw a perfect changeup. Is he going to go back to that fastball up in the strike zone?
He tried to.
Yeah.
Well high. 2-2 on Torque.
Boy, it just seems like that changeup might be doing Torque a favor.
In between there on the changeup, but he got a piece of it to foul it away.
Yeah, he's guarding against that fastball. He did throw that changeup, and Torque was able to recognize it and just get a piece of it.
On 2-2. That's in there, strike 3. The changeup does in the Tigers. Tampa Bay opens the series with a 4-1 win. The Tigers have lost 6 straight at the wrong time, and the Rays led throughout tonight.
Yeah, just one of those ones that was right from the beginning. You're in a hole, and you're scuffling as you go into it, and then all of a sudden you're down 2-0 to get into it. But, you know, you just got to wipe it away and just, okay, our winning streak starts tomorrow. Jackson Jobe.
He'll be on the mound against Ian Seymour of Tampa Bay, but the Tigers fall for the 70th time this year. 4-1 the final score. We say farewell. For Danny Blunt, for Andrew Blaustein, for Chef Reactions, Mike Tirico, Daniela Bruce, Dan Petrie, Jason Benetti saying farewell. Logan and Dan, Curado postgame following this.